I'm doing work right now. No. Actually, not. No. Hold on, I'll call right back.
What's going on, family? Another day, another vlog. And, I want to start off by saying that whatever season of life that you are in right now, I need you to understand that it won't last forever. No matter if you feel like you're struggling, no matter if you feel like you're on top of the world, I need you to understand that life takes you through seasons, and those seasons are meant to teach you lessons. Within them lessons, you become stronger, you become better, you become more knowledgeable, and you have to learn how to adjust and adapt to whatever season that you're in. I remember it was a season in our life as a family that it seemed like we couldn't get no rest. It seemed like we were just working, and then comes a season where, God is, blessing us, and it seems like you're overlooking the blessings because of what you're used to. When you are being blessed or when things are changing in your life, you never really can compute what's really going on. Yes, you're going through the physical changes, but your mind is still stuck on, the way that you used to operate, the way that you used to move. And at the end of the day, that could still cause you to live life uneasy or uncertain, or still feeling like you have that lack mindset. I know that, as y'all watch the channel, y'all sometimes see me being cheap, or y'all see me, I don't want to say afraid to spend money, but I don't be really wanting to spend money like that. And it's not that I'm cheap, but I feel like it's it's me still breaking those patterns of feeling like I'm in lack or like I don't have enough. And that's a part of me just still healing and growing. And I'm realizing that you pray for elevation, you put the work in, you visualize yourself in ways that, you may not be in a moment. And as things start to be rearranged in your life, you understand that you still have to adjust, adapt, and grow to what it is that God is doing for you. I'm just in a season of my life right now where I'm trying to get adjusted to the changes that, God is making, inside of me, you feel me, inside of my family. Because before you get blessed, before you really get, blessings poured onto you, or before doors really start opening up for you, you have to understand that you have to change within. Now, I have done a lot of growing, me and my family have done a lot of growing. However, it's still a lot more work to be done. So, as your life is unfolding, you have to understand you have to keep trying to become better. You have to keep, putting that effort into change, because a lot of the things that are happening in your life is coming from your internal state. What it is that you think about yourself, the choices and decisions that you decide to make. I'm talking about, just how you eat, what it is that you decide to do with your time, and just the mind state and the mind frame that you have towards life. I know that a lot of people that are conditioned, look at life in a certain way, but I've learned that as you open up your mind, you open up your perspective, life changes for you. And a lot of people don't understand. It's power in your tongue, it's power in your mind, it's power in your thoughts. And I never really, understood or took that seriously until I realized that, a lot of the people that, that you may start off surrounding yourself by, they're negative. And it may not be, just blatant, but it may be subtle. You can tell how they move. They're not operating off of faith. Like you said, they say faith without works is dead. So if you saying you having faith, but you're still moving in a way where you're not putting in the work, you're not putting in the footsteps, because you really don't believe. If you say that you believe in something, it's essential that you work towards it. It's essential that you align your life and what you say you believe in. It's kind of impossible for you to want change but keep doing the same things over and over again. I'm just really understanding that the way the world is set up, they don't want you to reach your full potential. There are people that, are out here to support you. There are people that are out here that want to see you do well. But with that being said, you have to raise your vibration. You have to raise your frequency, which means you have to start thinking different. You have to start moving different. And I know these videos can kind of sometimes seem repetitive, but a lot of people don't understand the power is within you. God gives you the power. You when you pray and you meditate, you connect with the higher source. God is the one that ultimately, puts the power inside of you. You have the power. you know. And I think a lot of people approach life in a hopeless way, in a helpless way, where they don't even, you know, put the actions and steps in to go towards what it is that they say they want. You know, they live out of fear, or they live, you know, fear of what someone else is going to think about them, the judgment that they may have on them. But when you are, you know, putting God first in your life, when you are allowing him to work within you, you really don't care what anyone thinks. You really don't care what, you know, other people have to say, because you know what you're here to do. You know what your mission is. And even if you don't know exactly what you put here to do, the more that you separate from the negativity, the more that you separate from the things that are not for you, you'll have some more insight. You'll have some more clarity as far as, you know, what it is that you're here for. Because a lot of people that's living their life, you know, they doing things and they're doing it just because that's the thing to do. They don't really have a purpose. They don't really understand why they're doing it. They may be following the crowd. And like I told y'all before, that ultimately ends up in unfulfillment. The whole purpose to live, you feel me, is to be fulfilled. And from having fulfillment, you are, you know, on this earth being here to do what it is that you're supposed to do. You know, a lot of people may not look at life like that, but as you start, you know, inserting yourself in different things, you'll start feeling there's an emptiness within inside you if you're not moving in a way that, you know, you're supposed to be moving, or how you're led to be moved. And I feel like a lot of this clarity has been coming to me over the past few days. And these videos, these vlogs have been a little different because there's a transformation that's going on, you know, not even just with me, but within my family. You know, it's a lot of insight, and it's causing us to move a little differently. And I'm so glad that y'all are here on this journey with us. I'm so glad that, you know, y'all are growing with us as well. You feel me? You know, we gonna have vlogs that's laughing, that's entertainment, but we also like providing enlightenment. We also putting positive love into the atmosphere. Like I told y'all before, this world is full of negativity. You know, it's full of things that keep you at a certain state. It's things that make you feel like you're not worthy. And on this channel, it's called Unapologetically Chosen for a reason. That's what we stand for. That's what we about. It's not about being perfect, but it's about striving. It's about evolving. It's about growing. It's about, you know, becoming the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. And with all that being said, what have you done today to make you better than you were yesterday? It's all about compound growth. Being around people that they want to see you win. They want to see you win. They want to see you do better. Anybody that, you know, you're around that is not encouraging your growth, at the end of the day, they're bad soil. You know, they're bad soil. Anybody that you're around that is not happy for you when you're doing good, or not happy for you when, you know, you're trying to change your mindset, at the end of the day, they're not for you. Like I told y'all before, as your mindset changes, your internal changes, your world starts to change. And that's information that, you know, I wasn't really aware of. You know, you just taught to come out here, chase a certain career or chase something, and not really understand why you doing it, or doing it just because somebody else told you to do it. At the end of the day, you got to find out from what's within, what you're here for, what your purpose is, and be led by that. Everything else is, you know, it's kind of like a blur. And if you don't catch on to this, then 9 times out of 10, you're always going to feel lost. You're always going to feel confused. And that's a part of the journey as well, but you shouldn't stay stuck like that. It should be, you know, a time where you really lock in on God, that's the phase that I am in right now. It seems like, you know, I'm just being put in a corner, and just at first it seemed like punishment, but now I'm understanding it's for me to, you know, get a better understanding of myself. It's for me to really understand, you know, why it is that I'm here on this earth. You know, I always been the type of person that had wisdom and knowledge, but I don't really like talking to people, or I don't really like sharing it unless we have conversations. But at the end of the day, we put here to share our gifts with the world. We put here to, you know, make a difference in whatever way that may be. Whatever path that, you know, God has you on, you're here to make a difference, you feel me? And you should always just, you know, be open-minded to certain things, not be judgmental to people. I used to be very judgmental, you feel me, as far as, you know, how other people are living or what they're doing. There is no right or wrong way to live. It's what's according to your path. It's what's according to, you know, what God has for you. And I feel like that's a certain maturity level that I didn't even think that I was going to be able to, you know, reach. But as I can see, I'm changing day by day, and your past is always going to try to call you back. You feel me? That's where the test comes in at. Are you going to revert back to what you're used to, or are you going to stay strong and stay fast on the direction in which you're headed? And there's a transitional phase where you're not where you want to be, and you're not where you came from, but you're in a transition of figuring out, like, you know, are you going to keep becoming better? Are you going to keep doing more? Are you going to keep pushing? Or are you going to get comfortable again? Are you going to fall back to what you're used to? And I'm just here to let y'all know, life gets better. It's going to hurt. It's going to be strenuous. It's going to make you think about the past. It's going to make you think about, you know, old relationships and the things that didn't serve you. But, you know, your body and your mind and everything is going to progress and get better as you change. You feel me? And not doing things that, you know, just make you feel content or comfortable. I think today is going to be the day that I actually, you know, get a bite to eat. Like I told y'all, I've noticed that, you know, allowing your stomach to be a little empty, you feel me? It brings you more clarity. It brings you more focus. Cause I know y'all understand a lot of these foods in the grocery stores is they trying to take us out. I'm gonna be real. A lot of the things that they putting in the grocery stores, they trying to kill us, y'all. They trying to kill us. They trying to kill our mind. They trying to kill our strength, and they not trying to, you know, allow us to maximize and become great. But, you know, you can't be stopped. You feel me? You can't be stopped. And it's all a mentality. It's a mentality that you must have if, you know, you want to have longevity in this lifetime. But I don't know what I'm going to eat today. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I think I might, you know, make me a bagel. A bagel with some strawberry cream cheese. I have no idea yet. But, as you can see, I think I might do a cinnamon raisin bagel. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, y'all. A cinnamon raisin bagel with some turkey sausage. That's what I'm thinking. Some turkey sausage, cinnamon bagel with some turkey sausage. But yeah, as y'all can see, I just like giving y'all my thoughts, my outlook on life. A lot of people don't like having these conversations because it's too deep. You feel me? They feel like it's doing too much. But at the end of the day, life is deep. And if you don't take the time to really think, a lot of information is going over your head. And you don't really know what's going on. You kind of get lost in the sauce. And I don't ever want to be lost in the sauce. These are 2 little pieces of turkey sausage that I just cooked up. I ain't gonna lie, I killed that bagel with strawberry cream cheese. I couldn't wait on it. But yeah, man, this is all a part of the growth journey as well. I used to eat crazy, and I used to just, you know, stuff myself or, you know, have to eat until I'm full. But I don't know, man, something is changing. You feel me? I'm eating just to feel that hunger urge. You feel me? I'm not doing no extra. To be honest, I haven't even had a taste for wings. I know y'all just see me bust down that Wingstop, but to be honest, I haven't even been having a taste for that. So it is what it is. But I hope that y'all have a blessed rest of the day. You know, I hope the words that I'm speaking is really opening up your minds, opening up your hearts, and just, you know, giving you another perspective on life. You know, like I said, whatever you're going through right now, you will get past it. You will get through it. It's just all in how you perceive it. But yeah, I love y'all, man. We're gonna see y'all in the next video. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for more vlogs. Let's get it.